Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Gonna close the curtain a little bit because I've got the sun directly in my face. Come on. The table bit. There we go, that's better. Now I'm lit, but I'm not any more blind than I used to be. Let's see. Where's the rest of my stuff? Where did I put my painting handle? I don't know where I put my painting handle. That's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it? Let's move some stuff around. While I get situated. You can go there. It's a brush. I've not done this in a while, so I'm a little bit out of practice. I thought I put the laptop cable there already, but apparently not. Alright, fuck it, the laptop cable just lives there now. Try and keep the water away from the cable, hey? Okay, how is everybody doing? I say everybody. I don't know how many people are watching because I can't see that far. Looks like it's just me watching at the moment. Let's throw up stream. There we go. Yeah, looks like it's just me watching. It would help if I throw out some links, shall I? Whoosh. And then I shall do a bit of a chin wag, explain what I'm doing. Paste. Right now. For mind. Yeah. So, yeah. Whether you're watching this live, I think it's just me at the moment, or if you are watching this on demand, on the VOD, as I think most people call it. What are we doing? What are we doing today? And why are we doing it? We are raising money, attempting to raise money for the charity Mind, the campaign against living miserably, which is a wonderful, wonderful charity that does a lot of stuff for mental health support and suicide prevention in the UK. Yeah, they're a charity that are quite close to my heart. See if we can move that up a bit. They're a charity that are close to my heart as someone who's had their fair share of mental health, speed bumps, I guess, over the years. I know people who are clinically depressed. I know people who have, thought about taking their own life, and I know people who have taken their own life. Yeah. I will say, if you've come here for a chill time, I will keep the heavy subject matter to a minimum, unless it comes up in chat. Because I want this to be a chill painting stream, first and foremost, but also it's raising money for a charity that deals with heavy subject matter. So if that bothers you, maybe this stream isn't for you. But But also, like I say, I'm going to try and keep it to a minimum. It's going to be mostly painting miniatures. If I can find my little miniature stand thing, that would be great. And the top of this paintbrush has come off before I want it to. Come on. No. Fucking. Can you just go on, please? There we go. Yeah. What are we going to be painting today? As the thumbnail of the video shows, we are painting the ODSTs from the Halo Flashpoint Feet First into Hell box. So here's one. There's quite a few of them. I'm not going to show every one of them off. That's not the one I was looking for, but that's the one that I have now. So, I'm going to share the link around a couple more places to try and get this, get the word out there, shall we? Because our target is £100. I did a similar thing. Some people will remember in June for Pride Month, raising money for Switchboard. We raised £230 for that. That was fucking incredible. For everyone who put money into that to help raise money for that charity, thank you so fucking much. That was incredible. Would I have loved to get to 250? Yes. That was by the end of the month. That was around what I thought maybe we might get, because we had a massive donation about halfway through. Thank you for that. You know who you are. Excuse me. Jesus. Yeah. But the default for this when I was setting up the page was 100. And I think in 2 weeks, I think we can do 100. If we get past that, I'll think of things that we can do, / I can do. Yeah. So, let's... why is that in my head? Let's... I know where we can send this link. Social sharing. Let's go there. Who else has a social sharing thing? Snipe and Whip do. I try and only share links like this to places that I'm actively active in, because I think just dropping a link somewhere where you just lurk, I think is a bit shitty. So, Tabletop General, that's not it. Community streams. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. And then one more. Boosh. Yeah. So it's getting darker faster than I thought it would. So let's get a light on. Can I get it any brighter? No, I cannot. Yeah. So let's grab a mini. It looks like, to start with, we have our, I think this is the special guy. I'll put my earphones over there. That's the base game. Go there. I need to clean this out before tomorrow because I've got a friend coming over. That's part of why I was late starting as well. Cleaning brushes, and I was organising meeting up with a friend who is coming over. So we are painting the special purpose trooper captain. Yes, we are starting off painting this chap, the special purpose trooper. I am focusing on the stuff that I'm playing with on Saturday. Everything I'm playing with on Saturday is primed. So I at least have that done. But also, ideally, I want to have everything ready for when I go to a tournament in February next year, which is rapidly approaching, and I don't know how I feel about that. Can time slow the fuck down? So what paints am I going to be starting with? We're going to be starting with greys, lots and lots of greys. So yeah. Ow. Let's see what we've got here. That's black. That's trench mud. That's gunmetal. We'll use that a little bit as well. That's let's make a start with a little bit of gunmetal grey, I think. Could do with washing this, but it's contrast, it's thick acrylic, I can just scrape it off. So, we have our miniature. Let's angle it towards myself a little bit. So I get a little bit of that light. Actually... There we go. I'll send it to a couple of friends. I'll be that kind of asshole. Paste. There we go. There we go. That'll be it for now. So, let's get started painting our special purpose trooper, shall we? What's my phone at? 54%. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Hopefully we get one or two people joining us as time goes on. Because, you know, I'd like people to watch this stream and chat and, you know, because the YouTube player YouTube app, I guess. It says we have 2 people watching at the moment. I don't know if that's counting me watching this on here and on my laptop. I hope not. God damn. That sucks. Let's move the mic away for a little bit. I think that's well shaken. I think that's actually gunmetal. I don't think that's grey. I think that's a metallic grey. Where did I put my paints? I'll start with a small dry brush. Can't tell if it's just... What do I have? What do I have that's not... Oh, I know. I'll do a little bit of... That is indeed a metallic. Damn it. Okay. That's fine. So it's a bit of a pain in the ass. I thought I had a... Thing is, I distinctly remember having other greys, but apparently all I have at the moment is dark grey, which is fine, but, you know, I kind of want to have other greys. That's the gunmetal grey. I literally had it in my hand. There it is, dark grey. That's what we want. Let's have dollop of dark grey. That's too dark though. So we'll also have a dollop of, I think this is just pure white. How's the audio? If anyone else is watching, how's the audio sounding? Am I too loud? Am I too quiet? Can you hear the fucking sirens outside? The answer to that last question is yes. If the audio is working even slightly well, the answer to that question will be... The answer to that question will be yes. Because that's all you can ever fucking hear around here. That's a little bit too bright, actually. But, oh well, it'll do. too bright. Is it? Finally, let's yeah, for the first coat, that's a little bit bright. Gonna move the lamp over a little bit. Though, actually, I say it's too bright. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Let's try and get that a little bit lower. Let's try. Problem with aggressive dry brushing is you can often just knock your minis off their fucking paint handle, which you do not tend to want. Yeah. Yeah, I actually quite like that colour. Oh. Unfortunately, I do not have a second camera. Otherwise, I'd have a face cam and a miniature cam. So, what I'm going to do is that. So at least you have some mini on the table, on the camera. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that, actually. Yeah. I'll put that up to the camera. There we go. I don't know if you can see that very well. Downside to painting at this sort of time with not much light. Let's... no, that's going to be... That's not too bad. Put him in front of my face. There we go. Yeah. I'll put photos on Instagram afterwards. Yeah. For like a first pass, I'm really happy with that. It gets the grey on them. It gets the colour, the vibe. Let's let's paint one of the bullfrogs, the guys with the big jump pack type thingies. What I'm going to do, because I noticed a couple spaces, that's gunmetal again. I just need a standard black. That's the black speed paint. That's strong tone. My dice. Oh, I know where I've put my paints. I've put them up there. Let's just check first. These minis might need a bit of a touch-up. Just a little bit of black where the primer didn't quite reach. Yeah. Fuck it. It's an unflattering shot, I know. But... oh, that's where I put everything. Put everything up here when I moved stuff around. So, there we go. There we go. Here's the rest of my paint stuff. There we go. And there's my other painting handle. Spectre Minis that I never got around to assembling because they were a pain in the ass. Khaki. There's the black. Any other colours that I might need while I'm here? That's flat brown. Buff. I think that's everything for now. That's disgusting slime. I bought this. Anyone who's watching, do you think this would make good gore for flood? I want to paint my minis up like they've just been drenched in flood goop. Anyone know if that would look good? Ooh, medium sea grey. That could be good. I don't know if that would be the same colour that I already have, but it's worth a try. There we go. Let's put you there and you there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ugh. But, cool. Okay. Let me tell you what I can do. What I'm going to do is start with a simple cleanup of this. What I need to do first is shake my paints. Always give your paints a bit of a shake before using them. Always good practice to give them a shake. What time are we at? Okay. I'm going to try and stream for them at least another hour. Hopefully we get a little bit of interaction. I find that's the problem I find with. I'm sure I mentioned this in the last lot of streams I did in June. Streaming on YouTube is a bit of a pain in the ass because YouTube algorithm doesn't share streams like Twitch does, but I vehemently detest Twitch as a platform. It's just, I think the UI is kind of naff. I think Twitch as a company is also kind of a naff. So I'm not interested. So, yeah. Let's drop a healthy glob of black down there. Find a brush that we can use. That's my detail brush. That'll do. This one's got a nice bump. I'll just let that one sit. Just my first thought, like, that's a nice bum. Painting off screen again. not that there's much to see, but I also know a lot of people don't watch these for the visuals. I know I sure don't. A lot of time I'm watching painting streams while also painting myself. Obviously not my own streams, because A, I don't do this very often, and B, I am not their level of that fucking narcissistic. I'm sure there are some people out there who do that, but I am not one of them. Not least because I hate the sound of my own fucking voice. I can tolerate it, but just enough to edit. Any more than that? Does he have an extra knife? Oh no, it's just part of the jump pack type thing he's got on. I was like, hang on a minute, is that an extra knife? Not judging, but 2 knives is always cool. That's why one of my favourite minis in the Space Marine range is the lieutenant with like 3 or 4 knives he's carrying. One that comes in the Leviathan box. Is it edgy as hell? Yes. Is it also cool as hell? Yes. There we go. Where's that guy painted up? There's another one that probably needs a couple drops of paint on him. Actually, he's pretty good. I think because I knew that the primer wasn't going to get to all of him in one go, I was extra. No, that's a little bit shiny. There's a little bit of paint that needs to be added. I'll give the light a hug. That might do it. Yeah, there's a bit of them on the neck. I didn't quite get them from above. So, what are people's holiday plans? We're officially in December now, hence Jingle Jam and all that. Anyone doing anything nice for the holidays, or is it going to be a quiet one? For me, it really is a quiet one. Quietest year I had was 2020, where I didn't go home because I sort of couldn't. It would have been irresponsible of me to go home. So I didn't. It was crushingly depressing. Not seeing my family, because I don't always see eye to eye with my family. I think very few people do, especially very few adults do. You know, it's one of those things where it's like you grow up, you see the world with your own eyes, and your views and opinions change, and that's all right. So, like I say, I don't often see eye to eye with my parents, but I love them to bits because, like, they fucking thing with my parents, and like a lot of other people's parents, is I'm adopted. My parents fucking chose me, so there's a little bit of me that's like, yeah, my dad's a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, but so am I, so that's fine. So yeah, looking forward to going home and seeing them, seeing their dog. Does it say something about me that I thought about my parents before my... No. Does it say something about me that I thought about my parents and my parents' dog before I thought about my sister? I think it does, and I genuinely feel a little bit awful. It's like, can't wait to say hi to my mum and dad. Mum and dad's dog. I'm sorry. Chloe. I know you're not watching this because this is nerd shit. So I shouldn't say sorry. I might clip this and send it to her because I think she'd have a good laugh at that. Yeah. I'd like to see my sister. I do have a brother, but he doesn't get. He comes down to where my parents live even less than I do. So yeah, don't see him too much. He has his own eccentricities. So yeah, as do we all, realistically speaking. That's when it turns out that my sister is actually watching this. So I did post this on Instagram. So like it's wildly unlikely because this doesn't tabletop games do not interest her in the slightest. But like the link is there for the world to see. So yeah. Excuse me. Try and get some paint in the flamethrower. What about you? I don't think you have any gaps. It's just stuff. Yeah. Something. Yeah, I didn't send the links out until quite late. Ooh, no. Yeah, okay. There we go. I had dark grey earlier. What I'm going to do is I am going to slowly layer up the greys once I get the hair off my paint palette. I hate that this paint palette doesn't just sit flat. That's so much darker. I don't know if you can see. You can't see that because the lights. There we go. Yeah, that's not really good. Point I was trying to make there is how much darker that grey is to what I was using. And even then, this grey is a lot brighter out of the pot than it looks on the palette. So that's fun. Need to tie my hair back next time. Yeah, sod it. I'll give the guns a dark grey dry brush too. There we go. paint handle again. Not going to worry too much about the feet, because they're going to get covered in sand texture at some point anyway. They said, well, focusing on the feet. What else? Use the head. I really like that, actually. I went from, dark grey's a little bit too dark, to, oh, I quite like that. 1 second, I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to turn on the big light, as it were. There we go. Big light's on. You can see me a little bit better now. There's a little bit of light bleed from the top, but unless I move where I paint, not much I can do about that. Excuse me. Yeah. Where's my phone? I think with a light on, you'll be able to see the mini I'm painting a little bit better now. No, not really. Yeah, that's not going to do it, is it? Yeah. I'm a fan of that. More than I thought I would be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on in that fashion. Just a heavy dry brush of a heavy dry brush of dark grey on all of the ODSTs. I need more though. Dark grey, there it is. I'm doing that. Oh. Ugh. Let's see. What's happening in... Okay, cool. Go back to mainstream. Apparently there are 2 people watching. That's fun. Not you. You. You are decidedly more watery than you were a moment ago. Okay. Try not to drop the mini, eh? It's a lighter bit, so I'm able to get my arm around to dry brush things. To you too. Fine individual outside. Ooh, this guy's got a battle rifle as well. That's cool. Um, Topic of conversation. Jingle Jam. Has anyone else been watching any of the other Jingle Jam streams? I watched a bit of the main Yogscast one on Monday. Which was fun. I've never met them, but they seem like good folks. I'd love to meet them at some point. I think that would be cool. So no, they're also into their... At least a couple of the folks at Yogscast are also into their tabletop games. They've got their tabletop games channel. And later today, if you are not aware, Curios is streaming, doing the first of their Jingle Jam streams themselves. They're building what looks to be a delightfully horrible Gargant, I think it's called. Which looks cool. Yeah, so I'm going to watch that in a bit. That's at 7:30, I want to say. So, yeah. That's going to be a good time. Using bits of the... I think it's the Glockkin from Nurgle, the Age of Sigmar Nurgle miniature. So that's going to be fun. Let's do another pass. Some of the legs. Yeah, I definitely need to tie my hair back next time I stream. This is taking the piss. Excuse me. See if I can't pin some of my hair to the fucking headphones themselves. It's not the most comfortable thing ever, but that feels weird. Anyhow. Okay. Yeah. There's that guy. I'll put them here when I'm done giving them their dry brush. That guy's a little bit brighter. Let's do the fire break next. This is partly why I aimed for an earlier start time, because I don't have a good setup for lighting. And it gets dark so early now. It's 4:30 and it's almost completely dark. So yeah. And B, also just, there's a lot of folks who can't watch later on in the day UK time, so I thought, I'll try and do something earlier. Maybe you're in a weird time zone or work nights / evenings, which means you can't do it. So, can't catch a stream. There we go. Probably give the flamethrower a bit of a dry brush with gunmetal as well. Paint his ass a little bit. There we go. Oh no, nope. Need a little bit more on his legs. Bit more on his face and shoulders. There we go. him sorted. I think this is the captain now. And it's silenced SOCOM pistol. This one could do with quite a bit of a black brush. Just quickly. And I mean very quickly, not too much messing around, just going over the mini in black where the primer didn't quite, do its job properly. / I didn't do a good enough job properly. There we go. Leave you to dry for a second. Our second bullfrog, who also needs a little bit of love with the matte black paint. Actually, yes, that's fine. I'll leave you to dry. Where did I put the brush? Over there. Brush. Oh yeah, you've got the SMG, haven't you? Such a fucking cool visual too. I can just imagine this lad just hitting the dirt, gun up, ready to pop some Flood or Covenant or whatever other horrors hang around. Where's the black? I think I need a little bit more black in. So I think once I'm done with these two, and I've got the dark grey base layer on them, be ready to move on to the next layer, which might be the dark grey with a little bit of white that I put on the other guy earlier, because I do like that colour. It's just, I think it looks better slightly more sparingly, I think. That's notifications, not messages. That's better. That's what we like to see. Yeah, this one just didn't quite. Primer didn't quite get into the nooks and crannies of his jump pack. And with that, you can be left to dry, I think. Which means back to El Capitan. For his dark grey. I think I'm going to need more dark grey. That's black. Where did I put you? Dark grey. There we go. Go. There we go. That's the captain in dark grey. Nope, not yet, not yet. Let's give the boots a little bit more love. There we go. What time are we at? 4:45. Yeah, fuck's sake, come on. On the mini. There we go. So, unless we get... If we get one more interaction in the chat, I will continue until 5:30. But barring that, if someone... Yeah, words are hard. If we get one more message in chat before... One more message that isn't me in the chat before 5, I will continue streaming until 5:30. Otherwise, I will call it there because it's just me talking to myself, painting on my own. What I might do at some point is see if I can't find a couple people to jump into Discord and chat to in Discord. So if you want to be a part of that, the channel, there is a link to the channel Patreon. Starts for as little as £1. And actually, saying that, given that this is a charity stream, if anyone joins our Patreon, I will donate. Every person that joins our Patreon, I will donate their the tier they join in to the charity. So if you join at the £1 level, which is the minimum, you will get, I'll donate £1. If you jump in at the £10 level, I'll donate £10. That way I feel less weird about going, hey, here's this thing that we have, because yeah, my opinions on having a Patreon at such a small channel are weird. Like, I'm glad that we've got it. I'd hate to get to a certain level and then not have it, and find out that Ready Aim Roll is not available for whatever reason, than have it and sort of not use it because we're at a small level and no one wants to put money into such a small and unproven channel. I'm going to stop being a horrendous fucking shill now. I feel gross. Yeah. Basically, I want a bit more interaction. One of these streams is going to be on a Saturday at least, so I'll see if people are interested in that. That'll at least be more interesting than me mostly in silence. Occasionally spouting some nonsense, and then going quiet again. I might have, also between now and the next stream, I'm going to look at how people painted their ODSTs. There we go. There is my ODSTs primed with a first layer of dry brushing. We have 10 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash the brush off that I was using to paint in the black. Not you. What colour are you? You're dark tone. It's the red lids I need, isn't it? I think. No, it's the black lids. Gunmetal. That's what I want. Might as well gonna start painting in the gunmetal bits for the flamethrower. Never know, that might take us past 5 o'clock, which might mean someone can get a message in. Which might mean I paint for an extra half an hour. Which might mean someone might see the stream and donate. There's the wrong one. Scan that thing, takes you to the donation page. Or proceeds going towards Calm, the campaign against living miserably, which is an incredible cause, supporting people's mental health needs, working towards make sure anyone who needs the help they need, whether they are feeling depressed or suicidal, gets the help they need. There we go. I imagine most of this thing is going to just be metal. I'm not going to be too precious about getting paint on the... In fact, I'm going to paint the whole... You know, sod it, I'll paint the whole fucking flamethrower gunmetal. Because then I'm just going to paint over it in military green, probably. Let's try not to paint the legs. I think we're good. And with minimal paint in places there should not be paint too, which is nice. Big happy. Jesus Christ. Jesus H. Christ, big happy. That's not how English. I'm happy with that. Yeah. So, I think that's going to be me for the day. There's only so much my brain can handle painting, and there's only so much my brain can handle just talking to myself. Thank you for watching this one. I've still got 3 minutes. Still got 3 minutes. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching this stream. Almost said video. I guess it is a video as well, just by virtue of the fact that it's being recorded. And once it's done, it's going to be available for people to watch as a video. Yeah. The link to the fundraiser is in the description of this video. It's also in that QR code right there. Give that a scan with your phone or camera device that has a QR code reader. Um, yeah, I have been painting the ODSTs. I did say that. Um, I was just saying that if I got a message in the in the chat, words are hard. It's been a longish day. I did say that if I got a message in the chat before 5 p.m., I'd continue watching. Jesus H. Christ. I continue painting for another half an hour. So, thank you for the message. Thank you for the, you know, and also thank you for donating. The first donation. Incredible. We are 5% of the way there. Let's, you know, I haven't actually properly checked if the QR code works. So what I'm going to do, QR code scanner. If my phone wants to do it. It does. There we go. Yeah, we are 5% of the way there, which is great. Big fan of that. But thank you for the chat. I'm going to go until 5:30 now. So, what we've been doing is, I don't know how well it's going to catch. Let's see if the light... It's not being friendly at all, because I don't have a fancy setup at all. I'll put them on YouTube. Jesus, my brain right now. I'll put them on Instagram, and I will put them in the various Discords. Mainly the Mantic Fan Discord, because, you know, Halo. Yeah, these minis are painting up a treat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of black, actually. I'm going to paint over in black where I missed. I accidentally got some gunmetal. And then I'm going to go back over in grey. Yeah. And if you are by any chance, anyone else who might be watching, is a fan of Halo Flashpoint or any other Mantic games, I guess, the Mantic Fan Discord is a great little place to hang out and chat. It's not quite as good as the Ready Aim Roll Discord, but, you know. Yeah. Another plug for the Patreon there. Bit more black. Yeah. Boom. But again, while I would love to see people in that Discord, I would also really much rather, if you've got any money to spare, send it towards the donation link, please, right now. And if you don't even have that, don't worry. Life is hard. I would rather people spend their money on, you know, surviving. And also just, you know, yeah, it would be massively irresponsible of me to suggest people do anything other than survive. Make sure that's not too thick. Yeah, that's fine. Quite impressed with myself, actually. We only got a little bit of paint on the words are hard. I only got a little bit of paint on his knee. I have realised there's a couple places where I didn't get the gunmetal colour, so go back in with that. There we go. Oh yeah, his knee would definitely be dirty. It's just not with gunmetal. I'm gonna be making these absolutely shit eye at some point anyway. But I just, you know, the little bit of my brain that says paint's not meant to be there would be annoyed until I fixed it. So I'm not gonna. So I thought, I'll go back over it. My dark grey's dried up. That's my dark grey. Whoopsie, almost knocked the paint lid on the floor. There we go. Paint's already dry. And there he is. There is his leg fixed. So, you know what? Let's go back to our chap with the battle rifle. Make a bit of our medium sea. What's medium sea grey like? That's a little bit bright, I think. So I'm not going to use that just yet. What I want is grey, dark grey and black. They're both right here. Nope, not black. I need dark grey and white. That's what I need. Dollop of dark grey. And a dollop of white. A little bit more white, I think. think that's too much white. A little bit. But, hey-ho. I think it'll be fine. What we're going to do, also, instead of using this shit-eye dry brush, we're going to be using this sort of round-headed dry brush, because I think it does a better job of actually dry brushing. Especially when you don't want to get too much of the dry brush on the paint. So trying to just barely catch the miniature. But I should probably wash my hand before I leave, because I look like I've got some kind of weird skin condition. Mostly trying to catch the armour. If I get this lighter grey on the undersuit, it's not the end of the world. But, you know. That's fantastic. You look like you're suffering from Warhammeritis, a skin condition of the wallet. Yeah, that's a condition, all right. Condition that means I'm just like, oh no, I walk into a tabletop games shop. Warhammeritis is when you walk into a tabletop gaming shop, only intending to buy paints, and you walk out with like £150 or $200 odd like army box. That's what Warhammeritis is. It's just like, oh no, I only came in here for paints. Here I am walking out with a reasonably priced box of, you know, Rise of the Banished, or, you know, Feet First into Hell. It's like, oh no, that's so bad. My pile of shame is growing even more. one. Let's get our bulldog friend done. Our first bulldog friend, because I'm running two bullfrogs. I'm running two bullfrogs in this list. Because I think they're cool. Just checking. Why wouldn't I run some dudes with rad as hell backpacks? Need to make a little bit more of this paint colour up. I definitely need to buy more white at some point. And a dollop of dark grey. I think I could do with putting a little bit more white in there. Makes me wonder if I should have gone for... If I could have just jumped straight to medium sea grey in the first place. That's more like it. Actually, while I've got this colour on my brush, I might as well do the ground, because I think this is a good colour for the ground. A little bit on the gun, but that's fine. go. Come on. I think that's that chap done. Put our special purpose trooper back on the base. Paint up the bit that I want to be the street. What I will actually do is paint the areas that I need. There we go. What time are we at? Like that, it's already 20 past. Let's get one more mini. With a lighter coloured dry brush. That's turned into a rather gross rubbery mess instead of a dry brush. Make a very small batch of it actually. How many ODSTs have paint on them now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, because my list is made up of, at least the list I plan on using, the list I plan on using on Saturday is made up of 6. For reference, where's the Halo website? Did I make sure? There we go. So I have got a ODST second lieutenant, which is, again, probably won't be able to see that. ODST second lieutenant. What I might do, don't know if it'll stretch. I shall temporarily hold the light. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world. Obviously, it's quite a strong light, so it's going to make the mini look brighter than it is. ODST second lieutenant. ODST. Whoops. Yeah, ODST second lieutenant. Yes, the ODST captain. Kind of hard to figure out where to put it. There it is. ODST captain. ODST bullfrog with the assault rifle. I think that's the assault rifle anyway, on the bullfrog with the knife. ODST bullfrog with the SMG. I think it's called the Special Purpose? Yeah, Special Purpose Trooper. And finally, it's really quite awkward, the ODST Firebreak with the flamethrower. Ugh. Ooh, that was fun. There we go. Yes. So yeah, that's my list for Saturday. I don't know if that's the list I'll be taking to the tournament that's meant to be happening in February at the Mantic Games HQ, but for now, for Saturday, that's what I've got planned, just because I've just got this box. I've got a friend who I've played a few games with now, who just got the Rise of the Banished, the Rise of the Banished box. So we're going to put the squishiest minis in the game so far up against the tankiest minis in the game so far. So that's going to be interesting. Also, I have bought for them a energy sword and a active camouflage. So that's going to be interesting. I'll be giving the energy sword to probably the captain, seeing as all he's got is a pistol. Though I could give it to the special. What's the captain's fight? Yeah, I'll probably give it to the captain because he's got range and sight of 4 up. Yeah. That's my list. So yeah, that was good. Good bit of waffling I did there for the last couple minutes. Oh gosh. So yeah. Once again, I am going to say, for the sake of making things interesting, if someone else doesn't come in to the stream and say something, I'm going to call it there. But, I was literally about ready to pack it in there when, oh shit, what's the phone? What are you doing? I'm not quite sure what that is. Little button of some sort. Yeah, I'm afraid you're going to have to explain what that is, because to me that's a little gold button. I'm not sure what that means, what the context behind it is. Ah. Good Lord. It's a waffle. I can see that now. But given that it's a handful of pixels wide, I'm just like, that's that's such a weird emoji to have. Because most emoji, like half the point of them is they're meant to be fairly readable, but having a sort of yellow, golden yellowish square with a little thing in the center of it, to me doesn't read as a waffle straight away. Like, no, you've said it. I can see that it's obviously a waffle. A waffle with like, yeah, it's yeah, that's a weird one. Yeah, like now I can't see it as anything except a waffle. But like you say, like 16 by 16 pixels, it's relatively nondescript. Yep. This is the type of chat I love. Like when chat has almost nothing to do with the topic at hand. Like one of my favorite places to go for hobby streams. Almost every single one of them, at least at some point during the stream, drifts on the topic of butts. Because why not? Like, I've painted 6 of them in this stream, so like, yeah, you're gonna probably think about and talk about butts a little bit. I think one of my favorite ones was talking about who in the Fellowship, namely of Fellowship of the Ring, who has the best butt. Because why not? Like I say, talk about something. But yeah, I am going to wrap that up, I think. It's been a good 2 hours, I want to say. Good 2 hours of painting. Chatting about waffles now, which is fun. Like I say, I'm going to be streaming again. I can't stream tomorrow or Friday because I'm meeting up with a friend who is going to see Sabaton, and I have said, hey, crash at mine, save yourself however many quid the hotel is. So I'm going to be with them most of tomorrow and Friday. Planning, I might be streaming on Saturday, but that depends on if the person I am playing Halo with can book a table for us, if there's a table available. It really does. That's a grim thought. But yeah, saying that, I might still stream on Saturday evening. Yeah, I'll see if I can stream Saturday evening, if I've got the mental energy to do so. And then when in that video did I say it was the 2nd, 6th, 9th and 13th? I want to say 2nd, 6th, 9th, 13th. But obviously I didn't stream yesterday, so things are up in the air, things can change. But yeah, probably streaming on Saturday, probably streaming next Tuesday. I'll try and stream on next a week on Saturday. I might try and squeeze in 1 or 2 streams in between those points, but those are the days where I'm like, yeah, I really want to stream for at least an hour and a half, try and get it to 2 or more, depending on interaction and chatting with people. So yeah. Ooh, we have 4 people watching. That's fun. I almost want to continue even more now. That's... Oh. Yeah. Thank you for watching. For a moment there, we had 4 people. That was insane. So, yeah. That'll be it for today. See you in the next one.